Well, hello again, friends. Great to connect with you always for our day 3 now of our Intentional Paws 2019. I hope that 2019 is off to an awesome start for all of you. All good on this end. It's like I mentioned yesterday, it's always a little weird getting back into the swing of things. Maybe you saw this really cute little video going around on Facebook this morning actually, and it's this Boston Terrier, and he's got like all his gear on, you know, and he's out like kind of in the on the snowy sidewalk. And they said this is us going back to work after the holidays, and he's like stuck, he won't move, and they're just kind of dragging him along the snowy road. He's got this look on his face like, I can't do it. So I think that's kind of some of us when it comes this time to get back into the groove. So hopefully it's going well, and hopefully a program like this giving you a chance, whether you're with us live or whether you come and watch it later on, to just plug in and take a few moments for yourself, most importantly, and really start to integrate your deepest intentions into your daily activities with these tools to help you along the way. So great to see you, Sarah and Jake. Thanks for joining. And Regina, hello there, darling. So yeah, let me know when you guys are here and where you're watching from. We have a really great group. I've been getting some beautiful feedback about your experiences and hope that everyone's really enjoying this. So today, what it's all about is our senses. I am one that's really into and kind of obsessed with sensory healing, especially for animals. Humans, of course, are yet another animal, but we are far more influenced by our senses and all the information that comes in through our senses, through the 5 gateways as they're known, than we even realize. We, at the fundamental kind of teaching of Ayurveda, the science of life, the science of nature, is that we, as an expression of nature, are made up of nature, and therefore sometimes we'll get balanced or imbalanced. As a human being, our choices will influence that balance or imbalance. Certainly for our canine friends as well, we're making those choices on their behalf, but some of the choices, sometimes very unknowingly, that we're making are bringing them off balance more and more. And then, of course, with a little bit of knowledge and awareness and willingness, which all of you have, or you wouldn't even be listening to this, to apply it to your dogs, you're able to really help them a lot to gain, again, that fundamental balance, that equanimity. That's what Sama means, for those that don't know. Sama Dog, the name of my organization, is all about that. It's that fundamental balance, the equanimity, that natural harmony that lies within all of us and is the place of healing for all of us. So with all of that said, I love to use the senses, and we'll be definitely using it through this experience, is because, especially with the sense of smell, we are very tied to memories and experiences. And so there's actually something called NACking, neuroassociative conditioning. Perhaps you've heard of that before, but that's the brain's ability to tie an experience to an aroma very strongly, and that tie is something that we can use to balance or imbalance us, yet again, because some of those memories can be tied to really good, favorable, positive, healing things, like hopefully that we're going to do today, tying a memory to such goodness. And then sometimes those memories are tied to things that don't bring up feelings of positivity and light and love and healing. They bring up something else, and just recognizing what the differences are. Sometimes at the Chopra Center, when I will teach this class called Inner Pharmacy around healing through the senses, I will oftentimes play music or sounds for them. And one unfavorable sound could be like thunder and lightning. Some people love that sound of like being cozy in their home, and maybe their family had a ritual where they'd all gather together and watch movies or something. While the next person, when thunder and lightning came, they maybe were alone in their home as a child and got very scared and felt isolated and fearful. And therefore, when they hear those sounds again, those triggered memories come. Well, it's the exact same thing, and even more so with aroma, deeply tied into the brain barrier in the mind, into the memory, where we hold memory, and into those associated experiences. So this can, very commonly use things like lavender to help us to calm, or say maybe eucalyptus to help like fight through any kind of congestion or stagnation. So those are, how aromas will all affect most of our bodies. And then, like today, you can choose a specific aroma to represent a certain experience, memory, or mood even, and that will help elicit that from within you. So that's the big idea today. Today we're going to focus in, speaking of the senses, of course we have 5 of them. Today we'll focus in on smell, but tomorrow we'll focus in a little bit more on sight to help yet another way to deepen our practice. And what is this doing? Why are we using aroma and all of these things in the first place? Why do we want to get into the senses even more than we already are, of course, is because it deepens, it brings our experience into our body. And as I keep saying, like a broken record, our mind, there's so much traffic, there's so much busyness, there's so much doing, that when we come into our body with something that kind of grounds us and roots us and connects us, body, mind, and spirit, yet again, like aroma does, then we're able to feel more harmonious ourselves and therefore move forward with more mindfulness and consciousness and be able to achieve all it is and experience all it is that we're wanting to. So please sit back, get comfortable. Let's take a few moments in meditation. And as you're setting up for meditation, please bring around the aroma that you wanted to use today, the aroma that will help tie you to some of the experiences that you desire. And it can be anything, again, that you desire. We've been asking that question of ourselves, and hopefully you've identified something. And if not, if you're still like, I don't know what I want, just keep going back to our first step of clarity and going into the body and asking those questions at a deeper level, not trying to figure it out in your mind. What's best for your calendar right now at this time in your life? Where should you be? What's everybody around you doing? Let go of all those thoughts and just come to your own truth, and in your own inner connectedness, you will hear that conversation better. So please get comfortable, sit back, close your eyes whenever you're ready. Having your aroma nearby in whatever form it is. I'll explain to all of you later more, but I have a particular perfume that is here, but you could have an essential oil, a flower, you could have a spice from your garden, a piece of fruit, a flower, anything. So once you are settled, you have your aroma nearby, you can go ahead and close your eyes. And taking some huge deep breaths now. Let the breath move through you and settle and ground you. Calming your facial muscles, calming your shoulders, neck, and so on. Now, as we're a bit more settled, we can ask our heart the question of the soul. What do I really, really, really want? Settling that thought into your body more and more, with your breath helping you. And now shifting from the thinking or the tuning into what I want, shifting it now to the feeling of that experience. Just feel it. Imagine yourself having the experience that you intend for. It's happened. You're there. So now just feel the feelings that come up with having that experience. Noticing the feeling of fulfillment by having manifested something you've dreamed of and wanted and yearned for, perhaps. Feel that feeling now. And now, shifting to each of the senses. So you're in that place, you're in the space of your dreams being fulfilled. And look around. Notice what you see. Look all around you.
With Wix, you can create.
Excuse me. So just looking all around you now. Noticing all the sights, the imagery. And now shifting to our next sense, the sense of hearing, of sound. So notice what you hear in the environment of your manifestation. And now smell, not touching yet the item that you've brought, the aroma, but just in your mind's eye, smelling, or should I say in your mind's nose, smelling your environment now. What would all those smells be? Notice them as they come into your nose. And as you look around or move around in this space or in this place or with this person or in this experience of self, whatever your intention might have been, just look around now from the space of manifestation and smell around. And now taste. Tasting, noticing if there's any particular flavors that might be involved in this manifestation. And lastly, touch, our sense of feeling. Go around now and in the screen of your awareness, touch all the things, the people, the items, yourself. Feel what it feels like in this space. Now drawing your awareness back into your heart space. Landing it there and absorbing all of the sensory information that you gathered. What did you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch? Draw it all in even a little closer now. Breathe it in. Now, when you're ready, we'll complete our visualization with the sound of Om If your animal is nearby, if your dog might be next to you or on your lap, you can touch them or just connect with your intention with them. To seal for one long Om. Breath in. As you're ready, slowly opening your eyes. Taking a bow and honoring this practice that you've brought yourself to. And taking a bow to one another. Namaste, friends. Namaste, furry friends as well. There's 3 of them around me now, as you probably could hear. So hopefully you were able to have the experience of the creation, of the manifestation of what it is that you dream of or you desire most. And that can be really anything, even if it's something internal. You know, maybe you're working on your self-talk, or you're trying to be more compassionate there, or less judgmental of others. You know, maybe there's not a lot to see, smell, touch, taste, but yet how you are and who you are in that space of, let's just use the example of no judgment or less judgment. You can imagine how you would look, how the people would look at you, and how you would interact through the senses with everything around you from that space of being. So whether it's a full circumstance that has lots of sensory input or something very quiet and subtle, you still can do this experience and tie yourself there. Now, what we're going to do is close our eyes for a moment, go back into that experience and utilize our aroma now. So just get comfortable, closing your eyes whenever you're ready. And now again, coming back into that space of visualizing on the screen of your awareness, the circumstances. Imagine you within this space or mindset. And now reaching down and taking hold of and bringing closer your aroma. In whatever form it's in just now, with your eyes still closed, being very deeply connected to the feelings of this experience. Now just bring the aroma up towards your nose and take a smell. And then relax it and feel again all that you would feel. And again, smell your aroma. And just keep doing this for the next 5 breaths. Bringing it in, noticing the smell, and notice and feel every aspect of that experience. Notice your mind tying an invisible thread from this smell to the experience of your desire. And then when you're ready, you can set your aroma aside. Another deep breath in and out. And slowly open your eyes. So this tying of your experience, your thoughts, to a particular aroma can be very powerful, as mentioned at the beginning, to remind you of that experience. So the point of this practice is, maybe you do this a few more times. Maybe you do this once a day for the next several days. And bringing your aroma with you. And then after a while, after this association is very established, then you'll be able to smell the aroma and fully be in that experience again. I notice it right now already, actually. There was a way in which something my body was doing in the experience, and I can feel as I move my body, I feel this aroma, kind of, it's a perfume, so it is kind of course, tied to the movement of the body and body itself. And so I could feel it as I move my body. I can feel this aroma, I can smell it associated to that experience. So that's the big idea. So I hope that you were able to kind of draw that first connection here, and then again, just keep practicing. And then after a few more times, it'll be really deeply rooted. And then throughout the day, as you go forward, throughout the days, throughout the weeks and the months ahead, just smelling that aroma, having it nearby, especially when you feel like that intention has slipped or it hasn't yet manifested, or you want to bring it a little closer again, then bring your aroma out and try that again. That's a great way to utilize this tool of the body-mind. Smell, while we're on the topic, for dogs is an amazingly powerful aspect of their whole life. So you can offer your dog your smell that you've tried now and just notice, just observe how they react to it. I'm sure they wouldn't enjoy the smell of my perfume, but if maybe I had a food or a flower or something like that, they might respond differently. And noticing that because dogs can smell so extraordinarily well, they can smell 10,000 to 100,000 times better, more acutely than we can. So just imagine that. For a human, think of like when we have a really good meal and there's all these flavors in the meal and it's so fulfilling, right? It's just so exciting. That's what it's like for a dog through a different sense. Or I was thinking of this, when you go to the department store, mostly women, maybe men do this too, I don't know. But when you're at the department store, you're always like touching all the fabrics, right? You're like, oh, I love that. Look at these shoes, look at this blouse, this jacket. And you're always touching everything, or at least I am. So that sense of touch, same thing. You're kind of taking all these little tastes, or in the dog sense, a smell. So just remembering how exciting and illuminating and joyful and fun that is for them. And just remember, like, you can do that within your home, just a simple walk around your neighborhood, maybe going down a different path than you have before, or take a right instead of a left. The other day we had a lot of dogs here at the B&B, and I wasn't able to take them all walking, and a couple of them were bored, you could tell. So I just took a little short stroll around the yard. Now they follow me everywhere. You know how they are. If you go to the bathroom, they're all in there also. So I knew they'd follow me. So I just went really slowly around the whole yard. And we don't have a huge yard, but I just walked slow and mindful, and they went right along with me. And by the time half an hour went by, I went really slow. We got back in the house and they were so much better. They were more calm, they were grounded, they laid down. And you could tell that for them, that really meant a lot. That was like an extraordinary journey, and it was fun. It was like watching a movie. It gave them so much to engage for who they are and what they are. So learn your dog. Learn what kind of smells they like. Learn, whether it's something that they're eating, or whether it's maybe a scent that you'd like to try with them, or maybe it's a food like, say, coconut oil that you'd like to try giving them. Let them smell it first. That's the way that they engage, most importantly, with everything around them. So let them smell that experience first, and then they'll decide. If they smell the coconut oil that you've offered to them and they turn their head away and walk away, that means that your dog likely does not need coconut oil, or that's not the ideal oil to give them what it is that you're hoping to give them. So allow them to use their intuitive connection and their knowingness to help guide you to fulfill them and to bring them back to Sama, to balance. So that's a wonderful another tool, and you'll learn a lot more tools like that at the Total Wellbeing for Dogs course. I've mentioned it a few times. It's our 6-week signature course with Sama Dog. I absolutely love this course, and I'd love to share it with as many of you that would be willing to participate, because it is a wonderful way to learn how to live this holistic lifestyle with your dog. We dive really deeply into the senses, as mentioned, and really honing into how our dogs can self-select, and through many more. We go through each of the senses and how we can massage them, how we can interact with them, the sights that they prefer, the sounds that they prefer, even music choices that have been proven to be most favorable for dogs. We even get into all of that, and food and herbs and environment and the interaction between the humans and the dogs and all the energy work and so much more. So I know it seems like a lot, but it is 6 full weeks, and it's a full experience of holistic well-being lifestyle for you and your dog, because everything applies to humans as well. So again, all of you get a 50% off discount. I will put the link below along with the promo code if you would like to sign up. It starts on March 14th of this year, in just a couple months. So we have some time for you to prepare. So that's upcoming. And then also upcoming is tomorrow. So tomorrow, Friday, we will get into day 4 of our 5-day session series here together. So tomorrow is all about envisioning. So what do we mean by that? Well, we're going to really use that another sense and really tie, again, a tool to the body-mind connection to help fulfill your dreams. So what do you need to bring with this for this one is just, again, a paper and pen. But what you can do to prepare yourself for tomorrow, whenever you're watching this, just kind of take some time afterwards to put down on paper what your intention is. What have you come to as the thing, the experience that you'd like to see fulfilled in 2019 and beyond? So write it down. Maybe it's just one word, maybe it's a phrase, maybe it's a quote, maybe it's a little description, maybe it's even just a list of descriptors. Whatever it is, just get it short, relatively short, and down on a piece of paper and bring that with you tomorrow. So that's your homework. That's just what we need, more things to do in our life, right? But no, hopefully this is nice and easy for you and will serve you very well into the future. Oh, I did want to mention that tomorrow, Friday's session, I have a schedule conflict, so I'll be doing the live session at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. So that's tomorrow only on Friday, session 4, back to normal, session 5, back to our noon time. All right, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, and we will look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you so much, and may all of your wishes come true. Namaste.